Good evening. Oh, we have a Rob in the house. What? How you doing, sir? How are you doing? Jimbo, will you take care of that command for me, perhaps? Welcome on in. How's it going, guys? Thank you, sir. So, I was going to say, hello, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, kids of all ages. Welcome to the garage tonight, where it is a balmy 90 degrees in here, 60% humidity. It's hot, but we are going to make it a little hotter and get some stuff taken care of tonight. Dang hot. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So how are you doing, Rob? Congrats on the 500 today. Congrats. Amazing. Oh, we got a Herc in the house. May the 4th also be with you. Thank you for those embers. Thank you, sir, for the 100. Yes, yes, yes. You're doing good, Rob. That is good to hear. I hope you're having a good May 4th. I mean, obviously we know this morning was good for you, but just in general, we hope you're having a good day. And thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us. I mean, yeah, we're going to have a good time tonight. Wasn't exactly sure what we wanted to do, and just kind of come to us that, hello, we need to do something. And we're going to try to put Baby Yoda on some leather. That's going to be some... I don't think I'll finish him tonight by any means, but we'll get a good start on him. I do have a little bit of another project to finish, so we're going to do that first just because it shouldn't take very long because it's in that stage of not taking much. And then we'll put this on some leather later. The second half or so. So yeah. But Herc, how are you doing today? Having a good evening yourself? Doing well here. Let's see, today, since everyone seems to be thrown off, today was Monday. I worked in the office, got a good chunk done, so tomorrow at home work won't be near as bad. We'll get it done and be rolling for a pretty chill week the rest of the week. Tired? Don't think you'll be around long? Okay, gotcha. Well, take care of yourself, get some rest. I know work can be crazy from time to time, so get you some rest. But we do appreciate you stopping in, and the embers as always. As always. Let's see, we got Jimbo. He's, I think Jimbo's shopping in a good manner, computer stuff. I think that's what he's up to. Not sure if Keko's in. Keko was drawing earlier. I'm not sure who else we have that's chimed in. But yeah, we've had a good day. Had burritos for dinner. Anybody have anything else super fantabulous yummy for dinner? How'd the gumbo turn out? Yeah, that was it last weekend? Yeah, I'm losing my days here. So anyways, we will work on this shortly. I say shortly. We got some work to do on the Dad Got Game logo that we did. Let's see, you guys want to see it that way. We finished the main color of it. Was that yesterday? Oh my gosh, that was just yesterday. We did that. We're going to go and put some conditioner on it at the paint station shortly. We're going to do all that jazz because the leather itself, as we're put different things in it, it dries it out, and you can see it's trying to curl a little bit anyway. So we're going to put some conditioner on it, put a little bit of moisture back in. Then we are going to put an antique on it. It's going to get in all the crevices of all the tool marks, so any of those little white areas in and around the D that you can see aren't fully colored, that's where that will seep in there, and it'll make it pop even more than it is already. Let's see. Nice. Amazing as usual. The only thing that stinks about gumbo is it doesn't last long enough. Yeah, might need to get a bigger pot. Just saying. But no, good food doesn't last long in most places. Most foods around the house here do not last long. No, they don't. So, no. So, yeah, if anybody, I mean, we tend to spend the first little bit chatting, but if no one's got much else to say, we'll hop on in, because, like I said, it's mighty warm out here tonight. But I gotta get used to that, because it's going to get warmer. Warmer. So, bear with me. I'm going to switch my scenes, and we're going to step over there to the paint station and get all our supplies. They're not all out and ready to go exactly, but we'll get it going. And for whatever reason, the camera, that one comes on. There we go. Okay. take my phone over here as well so I can read chat with you guys. Let's see here. Okay, so we have this. We can see, I can see we're good. String is out of the way. Good, good, good. So we're going to use, like I said, a leather conditioner. It's Fiebing's Aussie leather conditioner. It's just a fun, I don't know, it kind of smells like beeswax to me. It's got a sweet smell to it. Kind of gross. But we're going to rub it on there and it'll condition it. And it'll help our antique paste that's going to be really yucky and gross in a little bit. It'll help it smear around a little easier. Move and not be so nasty sticky. I use lots of paper towels around here, so got a big dumpster of sorts. We just throw it all in. So all I'm doing is just put some on there and we're just going to rub it on here. Just all over it. Just let it soak in good. Yeah, we got a big chunk of this work done yesterday on stream because didn't get my Friday in because we're doing some other stuff, getting stuff situated around the house, and so I was like, yeah, we got to get this work done. We got to get it done, and it was a great stream. Lots of great people stop in, so it was very nice to have everybody chit-chatting. And for those that are new to the stream, we are working on a few more upgrades. Currently, at this station, I don't have a monitor. So for me to read chat, I have my phone, and I'm a little behind normally because I can't just glance over. I got to look at the little bitty phone, but we are working on that. We got some parts coming in so I can mount the extra monitor we have. We'll get there. Let's see. It says your gumbo pot can fit a very large turkey. Don't think you can fit much more. Got it. So you and the family just really like gumbo when you make it. Sounds good. Your gumbo looks really good, and it doesn't seem it has really seafood stuff in it. So Jimbo would probably like that. He can't do shellfish. So there you go. So here next we're going to put our fun antique paste on. It's pretty gross. It's like a muddy mixture, but it's going to get in there. We got an antique. It's Fiebing's. I use a lot of Fiebing's products, and it's dark brown. I like the dark brown because it kind of looks black. But with this being so nasty, I need to, and this is going to be difficult because it's hot out here. Before I put those gloves on, let me get some paper towels situated out here. I'm going to try to put those gloves on, but with my hands a little sweaty, it might not go on too well. We'll see. Should have prepped some of this stuff, but kind of had that last minute idea of trying to put Yoda on some leather. We'll see how that goes. Baby Yoda, that is. We'll see. It should be fun. And this may be too many paper towels, but better to have too many than not enough and have nasty, nasty hands. So, let's find my gloves. I don't use them that often, and yes, I am in the garage, and there's someone outside on what sounds like a motorcycle. Apologize for those noises. Yeah, these gloves we're just gonna have to be nasty today. Those gloves are not going to work. Wow, they are very loud today. Very, very loud. Okay, here we go. We're gonna attempt this. Oh, nope. We're gonna scoop it out of there. What are we gonna scoop it out with? It's got real nasty, gooey. Like I said, normally I put the gloves on, but they kind of fell apart, and I don't have any other gloves right here. They're kind of hard to come by currently because everybody's using them for other things. So what do we got? Chicken, pork, beef, sausage, and andouille? Is that how you say that? I think that's how you say that. Okay, since we have extra room on this piece that I'm going to end up cutting out, I can hold this and I won't get myself as dirty. Oh, here we go. We're going to apply this just all over it. Work it into the crevices of any of those tool marks we had that we've done previously. And just rub it in real good and get in all those spots. We're going to let it sit there just a little bit. We don't want it to dry. We want it just to kind of sit just a bit. That worked out perfect with that. Let's go ahead and throw this mess away so I don't get it on me. I normally don't mind my hands being nasty because they do get nasty out here. But if we're going to be tooling leather soon, I don't need really dirty hands because we're going to touch that plain leather and we don't want it dirty yet. So it's set a little bit, not long. So we're going to take this and just kind of wipe it. Not much, just kind of wipe over it. Pull any of those that extra bit off. You can see that was clean, just where my fingers were. And we're not rubbing, we're just kind of lightly wiping across it. Buffing it would be a good word for that. See, we're not pulling too much off. I'm going to kind of fold it and get another clean spot. Just pull any extra. We're going to put that there so I don't get stuff in my hands as much. And I think that's going to do it for needing the antique. So we're going to close this up just so the smell's not terrible. It's not bad, but it's, you know, it is what it is. Okay, we're going to fold that so I don't get nasty. Couple more rubs on here. So after that, I do take, it is a tan coat is what it's called. It's again a Fiebing's brand. We try to keep all of our antiques and resist and all pretty close to the same brand so that they work and mesh well together. And all it's going to do is give it a little shine and pull a little more of that antique off. Whisper, eventually, yes. Not tonight. But yeah. We're going to do paper towels, paper towels, paper towels. I do have, also when I need something super soft, if it's not the paper towel, I will use old undershirts that are no longer good to wear because, you know, stains, this, that, and the other. I'll cut the good parts out of it and use those as buffing rags. They come in quite handy. And all we're going to do is rub a little bit of this on there and give it a little bit of shine, a little finish to it, and it's going to pull some of that off. So, we pretty much, color-wise, are done. It's amazing how bright the colors turned out. Yes, they were spot on. Oh, look at that mess I made. My hands. Try to keep it clean. My Angelus dye, leather paints here, they were spot on to Dad Guide Games colors, the yellow and the blue. I didn't have to dilute them. They were amazing. We did. That's why it's on the back. That's where it is. Okay. Wipe my fingerprints off there. But on here, just to give you an idea of the colors, well, obviously we have our yellow, we have our blue. In the middle, I've done a black dye, an actual dye. The outside is very dark, but it's actually a chocolate dye. So I put enough on it so it looks black, but it is a little different than the black in the middle of Dad's logo. So with that, all we really need to do is let it dry just a little, not a whole lot. We'll probably move back to our tooling station because we need to cut this off and then slick our edges up. Let me throw some of these paper towels away just so they're clean and out of the way. I don't mess things up as much. So let's take this back and we'll see the detail a little better on the big camera. Well, give me just a second. And of course, the camera decides it's not wanting to do what it's supposed to do. Okay, there we go. So that's what we got. It's pretty. And man, they are wearing that motorcycle thing outside today for sure. Sorry about that. If you can hear that in the background. So yeah. I think the colors just are amazing, vibrant. They look great. So at this point, we can go ahead and take that tape that we used during our tooling process to make sure it didn't stick. Or, no, tape does stick. Make sure the leather didn't stretch. Go ahead and take it off because we really don't need it now. And that leaves me a nice little pretty thing I can, before I send it over to Dad sometime this week, I can write a little note or something on it and kind of personalize it. Looks great. Thank you, Jimbo. So we're going to take this and let me grab my cutting board. We're going to try to square it off a little bit, somewhat. Don't think I have my little square. There's a square. See if I can grab it. See if we can try to get this somewhat square. We'll use my fancy knife that I really like, my Terry Nipshield knife. We're going to put the case back on it while we decide where we're thinking about cutting here. Want to keep his logo in, but we also want to keep it square as possible. And keep the maker stamp in it too. Yeah, I'm just gonna use the regular ruler. Cut it down a little better. It's bendy. It's not wanting to do what I want it to do. So here we go. I could cut all the way through that, but sometimes I just like pulling that through there. Still a little tacky, so it's got a little bit of stuff trying to stick to it. And we'll square this up a little more. I'm just trying to see what we're working with here exactly. Probably should have done this before I tooled it and everything, but I just grabbed a sort of kind of scrap piece, an extra piece I wasn't using, and cut off, and we used it. The weight of this leather, I believe, is probably a 5 to 6. I believe it might be a 4 to 5. Okay, let's see how we're gonna do that top part, because wow, this is where it's gonna get fun. That top is a little crooked there, and I want to be able to get all of his logo in. It is hot out here. Woo. And that black on black is actually hard to see between the square and the leather. Quite hard. Is the other side? No, it's still black too. Didn't think about that. But yeah, hope everyone's having a good Monday evening. I know this is a little different for us in the fact that we have been keeping leather to our Wednesday night streams, but we're moving things around in the house a little bit with stream stuff and PCs and this, that, and the other. And we have a few parts that haven't come in, and I don't want to start in there until I get the parts. Is that the... It's not against the edge. There we go. Okay, should get that pretty squared now. At least this corner. And it's not curling as bad. It's still curling a little bit, but not near as bad. See if we could get that off without... Here. Doesn't like me. Let's see if we can shave that down just a bit. There we go. We will use our bevel tool and get some of that off too in a little bit, and we can sand it. And it's a single piece of leather. I'll just sand it with regular sandpaper, not the drill press. Okay, so we got that side we know is square. Let's, know that side's good. Let's cut some of this off. Make sure that's lined up really good there. Okay, let's see what we can do here without cutting our logo off. And without cutting too much of the pebble off as well. Probably going to be right on the edge of that. Hope y'all can hear that cutting. I know some days y'all can, but I'm hoping today it's coming through really well. Okay, so we got it cut out nice and pretty. Put that away in my square way and my cutting board, as we'll be done with those items. But since it is hot, I'm going to grab a drink. Yes, you can hear the cutting. Nice. That is very nice. Grab me some water here. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good evening. It's been quite interesting for sure. It's Monday, so yeah. Okie dokie. That's actually, y'all need to see it that way, don't you? That's what we got. I don't think I've shown this part on stream too many times. It's our edging of sorts. I have a Ron's edging tool. It's handcrafted, obviously. Again, most of my nicer tools are a little more expensive. I can't remember how much this one is. I'm going to say probably in the 50 to 70 range would be my guess. Most tools you're just going to easily drop an easy 50 bucks on a good tool. But what it does, it's going to run along the edge, and right now we have a very squared off edge. It's very, like, it's rough. I mean, it's kind of slick, but it's rough, it's blunt. We want to slick it down a little and kind of peel that off just a little bit. I prefer doing the back side first, just because you're not going to see the back as well. So we'll try to get my, I don't know, practice in, we'll say. I like to do that just so I can get a feel for the tool for the day. I believe this is a size 2. Yes, they have all different sizes. 2 to me is a pretty good bevel. It rolls just enough. And all we're doing is cutting that little bitty piece off. And I'll flip it around a little bit and catch those corners again. Since I'm right-handed and going this direction, I'll kind of get them. We'll go this direction here. Grab that corner I was holding on to. Not really a whole lot that comes out of it, but we get it. Okay, so that gets the back. See if we can see that a little bit. It's a little more round. It's not as blunt as it was there. We're going to work on the front side and it'll round it even more. I know people like to see that, but it's in my way, and with it being hot out here, it's trying to stick to me. Here we go. It's going to take a little bit of the color off as well, because it's taking the top part of the leather off there. Come on, roll smoothly through there. Like some rawhide or something. Try to snag. Come on. Okay, so I got all the pieces off, but again, like I did with my, since I'm right-handed, there's the little pieces I don't grab because of my hand's holding that corner. We're just gonna go back and try to clean those corner pieces up just a little bit. And this side is a lot easier to see because you can see the where it took the color off, and there's that little spot it didn't take the color off. Okay. So we have that. Now this is when we can do, lots of people do different things with their edges. I've done totally like multiple different ways. This is a single piece. So I'm just going to take, I have some sandpapers of sorts. I think it's a 200 grit, and then what is this one? That's 500. I think I'm just gonna use those. I have a sanding block of sorts. And all I'm gonna do is rub against there and get some of the extra leather off. Try to smooth it down a little. I'm trying to, and again, I should do this where y'all can see it. You can probably see some of the fuzz flying a little bit. Zeno, thank you for the auto host. Jimbo, you like how nice, like how it adds a nice border. Yes, it does add a nice border. And we'll go back in a minute. I'll go back over to the painting station. Sorry, I'm just dusting some, knocking some of that off. And we'll color that border back, make it black again, or that dark chocolate color. So that's all we're doing is making a mess here. Knocking the edges off, sanding it down a little bit. Now I do have the Dremel, or the big press, drill press, that I could do this with. But since it's a single piece, I don't really like to do it single piece because it's kind of harsh. It moves and rotates really fast and takes a good chunk off, and this is pretty flimsy. If I had two pieces doubled up and I was trying to sand them down to make them match, that's when I would use the other piece over there, the drill press. Use it a little more. But yeah, just trying to sand it down a little bit. Try to go the same direction, but I feel like I'm making a mess. Like it's not wanting to lay down super nice. Making a big mess. So let's take the 500 grit here and see if that does a little better. I got my water bucket here. We'll put just a little bit of water on it. So it'll help lay those fibers down just a little. That's all we're doing when we do the border, the edges, is trying to slick those edges down. Let's see, here's one of our other projects. See how that's kind of slick and shiny? That's what we're trying to go for. Thank you for the gift, Jimbo. I saw it fly off the screen but did not see what it was. I'm sorry. I'm terrible about that. I'm going to have to find out how people see those after the fact. It's probably something with the bot or multi-screens. Such would be my guess. Okay, we put some water on all the edges. Just going to see how well. Yeah, that slicked it down a lot better. Melded those fibers together. I'm going to have to do a lot of scrubbing on the front because this leather has, these fibers have come off, and it's kind of, our finish is a little sticky, so it's kind of grabbed in there, so we'll just have to buff that out. Get all those out of there. And yeah, I have a bug bite. I don't know what got me there. Noticed it today at work. Doesn't really itch, but I saw it and I was like, what? Okay, so we got those down pretty good. Let's find, got this t-shirt laying over here. Like I told you, literally it's a t-shirt. I'm gonna kind of buff some of that off of there. some of the fuzzies out of the art. Okay, so we're going to go take this back over to, I think because this is a good camera, I think I'm just going to go load my dauber up, bring a paper towel over here, load my dauber up and bring it back, and we'll work on the edges that way. So we don't have to switch back and forth, and you'll be able to see better over there. Let me grab my chocolate dauber and put a little bit of, we won't need much, because we're just barely doing the edges. But again, we're using our dauber that we used to dye all this on the outside yesterday. And I personally like doing, maybe not the back side, but the back half of the edge first. Making a nice even edge there. We'll go back and do the front in a minute. Just like to be able to see the back so it's not all nasty slimy over here. So again, we didn't get all the front yet. We still see some white on the edges. Well, we'll do the same thing we just did, but now we're going to get where I can see the front. We'll grab it. I say we're going to. Dye's trying to dry out on me. I want to grab in there. You'll get a little more dye on that dauber. It's not smearing well. There we go. A little better soaking in. So we said we use that Ron's edge tool to do the edges, to knock the edges off, right? Well, I also have a compound, we'll call it, that Ron's edge rub is what he calls it. So the person that makes those tools actually has a rubbing compound that we're going to put on the edge of this and slick it down even better. Got to find what we're going to put it on there with, because I threw those daubers away because they were all nasty. Oh, I wasn't thinking about that. Guess we can use our paper towel. Don't normally use a paper towel to put that on, but I think I've run out of daubers. Let's look. I might have a foam brush over here. I do have a foam brush. We'll use it. Again, use what you got. So, again, Ron's Tool Company. I have no idea what it is, what's in it. Hi Frankenstein, welcome on in. It's kind of funky color. I think it's supposed to be a little more clear. It's kind of murky because I've used the same, I probably should shake it up too. I've used the same dauber repeatedly and kind of got some color in there from the edges, but it still works. I'm going to just put our sponge down in there. I think we got plenty on there. It should work. It doesn't take a whole lot. This bottle will probably last me forever. Like, I don't know if I'll ever use all of it. And we're just going to wipe it on the edges. Then we're going to take that fun edge tool we used. I think we showed it off yesterday too when we were here. We're going to slick them down. This tool I normally put in my drill press. It's got the chuck in there, and we can make it run really fast and it'll spin and edge stuff. But with it being real thin and just a single piece, we can also take it off and use it as a hand one. So I can find the indentation that looks the best size, or I can just use down here on the end and Just slick it. I believe this is Cocobolo wood. And got some of that on the front. Let me get that off. So a lot of times I'll do edges and I'll put it on the edge of the table and rub it. I can also use the canvas. The canvas makes good friction. Say that wood name again. I think it's Cocobolo. Something like that. But we'll try this first. See if that, yeah, that's getting a little more friction, that canvas. And I'm doing this here for you guys so you can see what I'm doing, but a lot of times I'll lay it on the edge of my table and let it hang off and I can get a better grip. Let's see if I can do that here. Yeah, it's getting a little better. Put a little more of that rub on there. Just not wanting to slick up as nice as I would like it to slick up normally. May just have to come back and do some more of it. Sounds exotic and expensive. Yes, I believe it is. And as you can see, it's dark brown. Mine has some brown and reddish striations in it. You may not be able to catch that on the stream. But yeah. And the more you use it, the better it becomes because it kind of gets whatever compound you have, it kind of gets in those grooves and it just helps slick the stuff down even better. At least on the larger pieces. Okay, this side is slicking up a lot nicer than that other. I don't know if you can see, that's pretty shiny there. Slick. Compared to that one, it's slick, but it's rough, and I'm not sure why. I may have to take the sander hold of it and sand it down and get a little more detail to it. Again, just going to put it on the edge of my table here and rub so I can hold it flat and rub it a little better. I'm totally moving the table. Sorry about that. Yeah, all but that one side. That one side does not want to edge. So let's go ahead and see if we can get some more sandpaper to it. See if we can work on it a little bit more. I have to put some more color to it too, but we'll see what we can do. Make it a little prettier. It's kind of the back side that's not wanting to do. Not really the front side, it's the back half of it. Okay, I think we're going to call this quits. I think it's pretty good. We're going to buff it just a little more because, again, I have this dust, sawdust-like, but leather dust everywhere, and I just want to stick. It's hot, I'm hot, and we're just sticky tonight. So, think it gets a seal of approval? I think it's pretty darn good, considering that's the first time I've ever done that logo. The fact that it has circles, I cut the circles live, didn't practice them. That was a little stressful. What else? Colored it live. Looks good to you? Gotcha. We'll take a look at that for a little bit while I'm trying to clean up a few of these things because we'll move into the next processes of our next piece. Let's see if I can get this. Turned out really good. Thank you, Herc. I guess I can make that straight instead of just yanking it. Oh, but put a few of these pieces up so we have room to work. Jimbo, thank you for the 100 sparks, and Herc, thank you for those 50 embers with your seal of approval. But I think it turned out pretty darn nice. Yep, that's what we got. And we'll show that off again as we have anybody else stop in through the evening. But I do want to see what we can do with this crazy Yoda. Baby Yoda, that is. I don't know how well it'll turn out, or, but it's festive. It's today. We need to be festive, right? So, actually, the oldest kind of come up with the idea and said, "Here, what?" She's like, "Will you show my Baby Yoda picture off since it's Star Wars Day?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "Oh, we can put it on leather." So, I do not have scrap pieces this big, so I'm going to just use part of the roll I have here. But I think we're going to do it on this side, I'm hoping, yeah, you can see that. So here we have pretty light color. When it was in the shop somewhere else, you can see that there's a little bit of a line here, and this side's darker than this side. See that color difference? Keko, thanks for the host. So we're going to use this side because if I were to color, I'll probably color this eventually, but if I was using a piece that I needed the really light leather, I would rather use the light part, not a piece that has both pieces there. So we're going to just try to see about how big he is and cut that, kind of mark us a little spot of where we might want to cut it. Let's see, we have that. Put us there. Oh. Give me a general idea of where to cut here. It's going to be a pretty good size piece, but it'll be fun. We'll get some more eventually, anyways. It's not cheap. A good roll is probably going to run you about $250. This one might have been a little cheaper. I think I got it on sale. I've had it for, even for the fact of me not doing leather for a year and a half, this piece has lasted me a good bit. We're just going to cut about where I put those little lines, little indentions. Kind of give me an idea of where to cut. So I have a piece to work with, and you can see that's going to turn out real good. I sweat on it. It'll probably have a funny color there whenever we use it later. Not crazy, but be interesting to see how that patinas. Okay, y'all are always dropping those gifts when I'm looking down. So thank you for both gifts, Jimbo, even though I have no idea what they were. I apologize. But while I'm looking here, if we have anybody lurking, hanging out, and looking at stuff, this is a piece I still need stitched together. We did it a couple weeks ago. Still need to stitch it. It's a wallet back. May the 4th be with you. Anything like May the Swords be with you. Something like that, right? Okay, so I don't know if I prepped everything here. I got some water. Yeah, I got some water. So typically we have our leather here. We need to prep it. So typically we will get our tape. Where did my tape go? There it is. We will use it just like we pulled the tape off of earlier, the other piece. We want to, it was skin at one time. Our skin stretches. It's dead and tanned, and it'll still stretch. So we want to put some tape on the back. So when we're doing all our tooling and stuff, it doesn't stretch it as much. It still may have some stretch to it, but won't be as much. And maybe it'll lay it down here too. So all these things in prep, I technically could do beforehand, but I know we have new people hopping in from time to time, and they may not see these. So I like showing them. Eventually, I'll probably get most of that where I just do it and it's ready to go, depending on timing and such. And this is, did I get the packing or shipping? I got the packing. I believe lots of people like to use the shipping because it's not as sticky, but to me, this one's not that sticky either. So. Okay, so we got it taped up. We're gonna bring, hi Keko. What? Baby Yoda? Is that Baby Yoda? That is Baby Yoda. That is Baby Yoda, that's funny. We're gonna bring a cutting board out and cut this. And Whisper, you can bring that out probably after I put the water on here so that it will have some time to soak in. We're going to use our scalpel blade instead of our big blade because it's a little more detail and cuts this off a little better. Both of them are sharp, but it's just, I feel like it gets it a little better. And again, it's wet. And that'll be interesting. But it'll be a good test to see what it does. Okay, I don't have any there on that side. I didn't get it to that edge. Jimbo's gonna wink at me. And then laughing at me. I think that's probably my voice I did. But yeah, if we have anybody new hopping in, lurking, doing whatever, welcome to the garage. We are working on some leather. That's what we try to do typically on our Wednesday nights around here. We are doing it tonight because we're changing some stuff up in the house and it's not all set up, so I can always come out here and work. Oh, that's what we're working on. And it's Star Wars Day, so what better way of fitting to put some Baby Yoda on some leather, or at least try. I don't think I've ever seen him in the crib. It was just funny him being in the crib, so that's what we picked. It's kind of a last spur of the moment type thing. So that's what we got. And who knows? Somebody may like it and want it, and there we go. But that was our part of It's a Lady Desiree emote. Nice. Very nice. Gecko, very nice. May not have those for much longer. Just to, oh, Baby Yoda. There. Okay, he is in the crib. I'm not going to make his ear move, though. His ear's just going to stay there. I'm not going to make it move. Okay, I have some water. Again, it is just a tub, and yes, it's dirty. It looks dirty because I use the same sponge all the time, and leather it's dead skin. It's kind of dirty, so it's not going to hurt it to get, all that is leather dust down in there. What I was pushing off of Dad's logo, because it was finished and everything. He didn't really want it on there at that time, but as we get this wet, it's not going to hurt it at all. Now, if there was dye in there, pigments, that would be a little different. So I was trying to keep my hands as clean as possible earlier. They're still kind of dirty, but they'll be fine. So leather is a skin. It's a hide. So it's dry once they've tanned it. So we have to add some moisture back into it to be able to mold it, cut it, I cut the edges, yes, but to manipulate it the way we want to. So we have to put some moisture content in there, let it soak up. And some people that are die-hard leather people would say to do proper casing, you need to actually run it under water. Like literally turn the faucet on, run it, or soak it, dip it, and then let it come back to its natural state. And that's probably it is the most proper way to do it because it's going to evenly disperse the water throughout the leather all the way. But I, at any given time, don't know what I'm going to be making the next day, the next minute, whatever. Because, obviously we're out here every Wednesday, but we may not tool that Wednesday. We, maybe painting. So that's a lot of prep work, and I don't have the space to keep all of that cased, what I would need. And not that I don't think that far ahead, it's a lot of prep ahead. So I just do this, and I'll let it come back to its natural, or close to natural color. Just kind of feel it. You want it to be damp, not soggy. You want it to be cool to the touch, and anything right now is going to be cool to the touch, because it's a mighty warm. Casing is adding water and getting the moisture content that you're wanting done. That's what casing is. Some people, there's just plain simple tap water in there. Some people, diehards, will go and they'll use like distilled water that has no imperfections in it. Some people will put a little bit of dish soap in it to make it a little more malleable in there, soak into the pores of the leather, because again, it's like your skin. Think of your face, you got pores, and that water's soaking in. So we don't want to soak it all the way. I don't want to soak it all the way through because I would never get it done, but you can see it starting soaking the edge a little bit. So Keko, if you would like to bring your stuff out, you're more than welcome. because it's going to take a little bit for this to dry enough for me to put that piece of paper on and not get the paper too wet. And sporadically through the project, we will put more water on it. We may use a sponge, but most of the time I just spritz it. It is hot out here, isn't it? It's muggy. So in honor of Star Wars Day, oh, that's in the way, isn't it? Keiko has made us some Star Warsy designs. There's your R2-D2. Baby Yoda time. Yes, Baby Yoda time. She did good. She just did that this afternoon since I've been home. Beep boop, beep boop, beep beep, beep beep, beep beep, beep. And then Baby Yoda. He's really cute. I think he's laughing at my beep boop, beep boop. I think that's what he's laughing at.
Or is he like,
ha! Or is he maybe haha, Baby Yoda, maybe, yeah. So, nice. Thank you for bringing your art out and letting us show that off today. Yeah, the air feels good for sure. You're good. Heart Baby Yoda, yes. Heart Baby Yoda. Oh, cold water's good. Okay, so we're going to take this piece, grab my stool, have a seat, because I've been standing most of this time, and we're going to get to work here. As some of you have been in before with our leather here, I personally like to take the art that I print out, whatever it might be. I guess I could do this so you guys can have an idea while I'm talking. I like to get the cartoon type art, and I typically like to do like a coloring page because you can get all kinds of cool pictures, but I like the line art so I know where I'm cutting. It helps me. By no means am I an artist in the aspect of drawing. It's hard for me. I can't do that. But I can take existing art and put it on leather and make it leather art. So gladly do those things. Those are fun to me. But the actual, like, say, give me a blank piece of paper and try to draw Baby Yoda here. Nope, not happening. Baby Yoda love. Is that a poisonous Baby Yoda? We don't need a poisonous Baby Yoda. Yes, it is a poisonous Baby Yoda. Oh, well, don't eat him. Or don't let him eat frogs. Okay, so our leather, I feel like it's getting a little better. It's not as wet, and that'll allow me to put our Yoda on here, and our piece of paper won't get too soggy. Let's see where we kind of have that edge is there, that edge is there. Where was that hole? There. Trying to think for when I cut it out later. So all I'm going to do here is use I know this is upside down to you guys, that's the way I have the camera, but I'm going to I'm going to trace the major lines on here, so I'll know where to cut with my swivel knife. And again, I've not done this one yet, so I'm trying to study and look a little bit. I want to do the big bold lines. I'll cut. A lot of the others will be a decorative, maybe a cut, maybe just a modeling spoon type thing for decorations. But here we go. I think I'm gonna start with mainly the crib stuff, get it kind of out of there. And again, previously I stated when doing this, I have leather stuff all over me. Whew. I typically like to find what's on top and go down because you want it to look three-dimensional, but because there's so many lines on this one, I think I want to start in a general area so I don't lose or forget a line. That's what we're gonna do here. I think I will get his ear first, just because it is right here next to. And I apologize if my head gets in the way as I lean over to figure out what I'm doing here. Concentrating. So if I miss chat, I apologize. Catch in a little bit. Every time I take a break, we'll take a look and check it out. So today's Monday. It's the start of the week. Anybody? I know everybody's kind of still staying put, but does anyone have anything fun going on this week? Anything fun they're wanting to do? Keiko, thank you for the 4,000 Flex and Sparks. Like I said previously, this week my schedule is I'm in the office Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'm working from home Tuesday, Thursday. I got a good chunk of things done earlier today, so tomorrow I won't have to do as much work. I still need to do work because I work with payroll in the business we work for, so it is have to get it balanced tomorrow, so a coworker can look over it and make sure that we agree, so I can process on Wednesday. So we got that done. Let's go ahead and give this big bar a go. And again, this will probably not get done completely tonight, just based on time and the detail, but I think it's very fitting for the day. And it'll give me something else on stream to work on when I don't have a said project that I want to for sure or need to be working on. I've got that rail. Let's get this rail. It's a boom, boom, firepower. Nice, 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 Coco. Are you glad you got the flexing arms back? I guess I should ask, what are they to you? What are they worth to you? There goes the four-wheeler motorcycle thing again in the background. Apologize for that. And you may have even asked, I heard them say, where are we going to eat? Because I totally heard that. It's worth a thank you. Okay, gotcha. Well, I will take the thank you and the view, and we'll go with it. We'll call it even. And a big hug. Okay. I have to wait for the hug tomorrow because you may be in bed before I'm done here, and you don't want a big hug right now. I'm nasty sweaty. We may have to do a stream and leave the door open, the garage door, just to see how bad it is. Just to see. I'm thinking once I get some music incorporated into the stream, I don't think it'll be as bad. I don't think. But those are things that will slowly get there. I gotta get some music set up. I got to get more of a bot, not just I do have a little bit going there, not much, but I need to get more. Got some hardware things, get the monitor done out here. And then we'll work on figuring out how to keep it cool, a little cooler out here. If that's the case, we may just have to alternate, and our schedule maybe summertime may just have to be like Saturday, Sunday mornings or something like that, or short, brief streams. Just have to figure that out. You'll take it, it's not like you haven't been sweaty before. Well, that's true. That is true. So I'm doing this. I'm hoping it's transferring. I haven't looked yet. Let's see. Yeah, it's transferring pretty good. You can see that. Got his ear there. The bed. Jumbo, thank you for the heart. You do play sports. Yes, you do. Whose cup is that? Whose trophy? Or is that a mixer one? Okay, I think I got all the bed done. Now we're going to lightly do these blankets and stuff here. They're not really gonna, oh, we may cut them a little bit, but we're not gonna do a lot. It's a mixer one. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. So now we need to do his robe, I'm thinking. We're going to get the big bulk of the robe done. Do have little creases and crevices and stuff. I don't think I'm going to cut those though. I think that's going to be the detail work that we can do with just the bevelers. Okay, so I got that. Let's get his arm down here. His arm there. His hand's gonna be real fun. And yes, I'm very focused, working on getting these lines as accurate as possible. Because when you do this, the base is your, we'll call it a blueprint. So you need your blueprint to be as accurate as possible so that you can be accurate. If you mess the first things up, it just keeps getting wrong. It's kind of like a math problem. If you're doing algebra, I know this is pretty nerdy, but if you're doing algebra and you mess up in your operations at the very top of the problem, you can do everything right between there and the end and get an answer, but it won't be the right answer. Whereas if you did the steps right, then it'll be more accurate. So if I mess up on the early end, it's going to affect the final product. Okay, got that. Let's put this. Got that ear already. Go ahead and do the outline of his face. Excited to see how this turns out, and like I said, this is going to test me for sure. Not done anything of this detail in quite a while. Slow and steady type thing, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And there goes some kind of remote control car here, buzzing out there. Okay, we got his mouth here. He's sad. Pouty face. Let's see if we can get his eyes. You just have to add color into his eyes to make him look right, because I don't know about all of that. We'll have to see. I'm going to put these lines, his wrinkle lines in, but I don't think I'm going to cut them. I think that's going to be a modeling spoon or bevel. Try to draw them in there a little bit just so we kind of have an idea where they are. Do something else with his eyes here. We'll do the wrinkles and stuff later. Okay, I think that's gonna work. His hands aren't exact, and I totally missed that part of his hand, so I'll have to draw that in there. Lovely. Let's see. The fingers, we're gonna try kind of just kind of make it a little bit of hand, not much. There we go. Okay, you can see my fingerprints. We're gonna need to put some more water on it. Well, let's put some water on there, and then I'm going to grab a drink of water myself. Turn that so you guys can, as that dries, maybe you can kind of see it. So it soaks up a little bit of that water. Because I'm definitely soaking up some water here, because I'm outputting it plenty. A little bit of runny nose from looking down. Ooh-wee. Lurk, have a good night. Going to catch a nap before work. I appreciate it, Herc. You get some sleep, and we will catch you the next couple days or so. Yep. Take care. Thank you for stopping in. Tell the kiddo we said hi when you see her, and yeah, get some sleep and get some work done. Not too much, but enough to keep the job. Okay, here we go. We have our swivel knife that we're going to be using. I'm going to move this out of the way just so I have room to do what I'm doing, and I can bring it back if we have anybody that needs or wants to see it. Let's see. Used it. The advice. Good. Them with that little remote control whatever out there are going to drive me nuts. How bad can y'all hear that remote control thing when it goes by? Can y'all hear it very well, Jabo? I mean, I know you can hear it in the room you're in, but I think it's a motorized scooter, and that guy has no business on one. Gotcha. Keiko, is it loud? Because I'm actually thinking, just because it's mainly just us here right now, I'm thinking about just open the garage door and see how bad it is, just to get a volume test. Y'all okay with that? I mean, if it's bad, it's bad, and yeah. You can hear it a bit, but not too loud. Okay. I'm going to mute my mic while I open the garage door, but we're going to look just to see how bad it sounds. Give me just a second. Maybe I'm going to mute my mic. Did I put the headset on backwards today? Where's the button? There's a button. Okay, garage door is now open. There is some airflow, and you may be able to hear things. There's a dog barking, there's birds. So we're going to test things out, and good not to test it. And yes, that much better. Okay, so we stropped our swivel knife, and now we're going to make our big cuts. Not all the cuts, but the big ones. So I'm going to try to look at a picture and see. I'm going to cut. I think I want to go with his head first, because it's definitely what's on top. Thank you, Whisper. Dun dun dun! Cryptic with the auto host. Thank you, buddy. I'm going to cut his ear. That sound bad. I'm not going to cut his ear. I'm going to carve the outline of his ear so that we may tool and make it look Baby Yoda-esque. Now I bet y'all can hear the birds. So did the mute mic work? Did y'all hear the garage door, and did you just hear me cough? Because I don't mute it very often. Just testing. Didn't hear either. Good. I figured it would work, but again, I haven't used it, so wanted to make sure stream-wise it was doing what it needed to be doing. His ears, so here I'm trying to make this outside of him very bold, but that ear cut I made it pretty light because I don't want to gouge it, but I do want it to be a line that we do bevel, but I didn't want it to be gouged and super deep. I think we're going to leave his face and stuff alone because I think that's what I want to do last. The mic worked for the door. Just heard some random sounds a second ago. Okay, it might have been muting and unmuting, possibly. How does the bird sound? How do the birds sound, I guess? Use proper English. You're not hearing birds much. Nice. Okay. That is a good, that's a relief. I can potentially open the door a little more. So we said earlier it was what, 90? Since I've opened that, it's dropped what, 3 degrees already? And there's a little bit of a breeze coming in, so that's nice, especially with me sweaty already. It's nice and cooling. Okay, this hand. Ugh. Dragon. Roar, hear me roar. Okay, that's got some definitions to it. We'll have to add a little more detail into that finger hand area later, but I'll get the main fingernails things cut out for him. Okay, this bar is on top of everything, so we're just gonna take a big whack at it down the line. Yep. getting a little drier out here on the edge for sure. It's gonna dry, soak in here. And tries to go to the middle. I'm cutting the bars first here because the bars are in front of his little robe. Okay, so we got, let's see, get this line. I believe that gets the crib cut out. I got a couple of lines here behind him, but we'll get that. Let's go with his robe next. Let's strap up a little bit. I was about to ask if Masked Singer was on, but it's not Wednesday night. Used to be out here Wednesday. It's funny. On here, I know we have stuff behind here. We don't really ever want the line, the cut lines to cross each other. We want them just to kind of go right up to, because we gotta make it 3D looking. If we crisscross them, then they're not gonna look very 3D-esque. And all his blanket over here, we're going to leave it. We're going to use that as detail lines later. I'm not going to cut those out. I'm trying to figure out what part of his jacket robe part here is on top. I'm going to say it's the cuff. Are you done with the Daggett game logo? Yes, I believe I'm done. I will probably write him a nice little personal note on the back, and I need to send him a DM and get his. He has a P.O. box, or from my knowledge, everyone says he has a P.O. box for his business. And send it to him. He can do what he needs to do with it. It was very fun making. I enjoyed it. Yep, good times for sure. Okay, let's draw this hand in here. Are you the one I kind of messed up? That one, yep. Definitely going to take the little beveler to get a hold of his hands. For sure. Let's see, we got these lines, the crib lines in the back, just barely put in there. Oh, now we have his face to do. Oh, ooh, ooh. A little nervous to cut his eyes and face. That'll be the hardest part of the tooling, to make him look real. But I think we're going to cut the eyeballs and the mouth, and that's about all we're going to cut, I think. The other will be more of an accent. Okay, and we do need to do this part of his chin because it's kind of part of his head. So we gotta do that. And the other parts we can make decorative. What do we think? Does he look like he needs chicky nuggets and chalky milk? I think he needs chicky nuggets and chocolate milk. Chalky milk. What you think? What you think? What you think? I like it. So let's spray him down a little bit. Looking good. Thank you, Jimbo. And grab me a drink. Stretch my legs out a bit, and we'll get to tooling. Probably have what? I think we're gonna go probably another hour or so. Looks like we may have some thunderstorms coming in. You got some milk you can pour on him? Well, I don't think we need to color him yet. When it's time to color him, we can do that maybe. That's if you're willing to give your portion of the chalky milk up. I don't think that's happening. It was looking pretty dark as it was getting... It was looking dark as it was getting dark. Gotcha, the weather. Got it. Okay, I think we're good with those tools. I need to grab my little... Can't reach it. I thought I had one sitting out. I guess not. Clouds versus sunset. Got it. Grab a little piece of cardboard. Put under there to give it some cushion so we can go a little deeper if need be. Okay, here we go. I'm a little nervous for this. I don't know how we're gonna... We're gonna start with his head, the outside. Anyways, get that in first. There he goes. Leather's moving. Use Jimbo's beanbag. To lightly bevel on the inside of his ear here, where we drew that line very lightly. You should be able to hear the tapping being a little less than it was before. Hopefully it'll bevel nice and smooth without having to hit too hard. The outside lines are normally a little harder because you want that to be bold, stick up from the leather. And then as you're doing other lines, some are light, some are hard. It just depends on what kind of definition you're needing there. Inside the ear, kind of like our ear, the outside's definitely got definition. The inside, it's not as sharp. Kind of want to make it a little rounded. What we got so far. Work on the other ear, and then we'll work on the bed stuff. I'm using my medium-sized beveler here just because it's not a huge, large area, and I run that beveler better, just personally. So that's what I'm using. Kind of, the more you work, the more you have a favorite tool. Is this going to end up being Jim Bros? I don't know. I mean, if he wants it, sure, but who knows? We got a lot of Star Wars fans. Never know who might want to snag it up from me. I don't know. Have to see. No telling. I have a feeling if someone wanted to throw a few bucks at me, he wouldn't mind if I let them have it. Just saying. Okay, so I think we got the basic of his head down. At least the outline. I do want to do the inside of that ear just a little. Get that fold. And then we'll work on the bed. Pay? Maybe. It might have to be Keiko's. I don't know. She got the dollars. She got the dollar bills. I don't know. And I believe the pay one is you gotta pay. If you want to play, you gotta pay. So I think it's Rob's. I think that's not that he says that, but someone has recorded that and given it to him. So if you want to play, you gotta pay. And he's always like, no, you don't have to pay to play here. It's kind of a running joke. Okie dokie. Let's work on the bed. how that spoon, 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 spoon. I just wanna not really bevel that, but give it a little bit of texture. Let's see. Again, the direction I like to bevel, I gotta keep flipping things around. Some people just bevel and go everything in one direction. I gotta do it the way I see it and flip it around a whole bunch. That's on top, so let's add a little bit of a whack. And yes, I'm a bit quieter tonight because again, this is very new and very detailed, so I'm trying to concentrate, focus. So if you have questions, feel free to ask. I'll answer them as I see them, but concentrating for sure tonight. It's a different project, but we are trying to do our best to have some Star Wars themed, and that's what we come up with tonight. Who knows what it'll be. Okay, we did that. Let's see, his hands are on top of that, so I think we'll wait on the top bar just until we get ready to do his hands. I'm not ready to do that yet. It's a lot of detail. I'm gonna put that on the cardboard. Ugh. Bug bunny. Let's see, that part is above, so let's tap, tap, taparoo here. So how many of us we actually have here? Just the three of us really that are active? Just got a thought, but just seeing, I think there's just three of us. Keiko's there, Jimbo's there, and I'm here. Okay. Height is at the moment, yes. Gotcha. Well, because I'm warm, I'm thinking about getting this, the big lines done, not necessarily the detail done, and maybe calling it quits and working on it another time. Didn't know if we wanted to go say hi anywhere before kiddos went to bed. Just a thought. Balloons are rolling everywhere. That's what I was getting at, Gecko. I know it's not a large group of us, but being that it's her birthday, I think that could be beneficial. If y'all are up for it, wanting to do that. You don't have to. We can, though. Y'all think about it, talk about it, see what you want to do. Okay, all those lines. Let's go. Here comes the scooter, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sound a bit longer? Like, how much longer are you thinking? Dang, that was a little rough there. Didn't want to tool. Hello. You're supposed to be doing your thing. What are you doing? Hello. But yeah. Confused me. Thank you for the 2,000 though. I know he would be like, pay attention to your stream. He would dad me if I were to do that. So I'll mom him and say, what are you doing? But thank you. He probably isn't. I'll be right back. Hope things are going well over there. Hope the games are going good. I can tell I haven't done much tooling down here towards the end. It feels a lot thicker. It's getting drier. So it's not wanting to move as smoothly. It's interesting feeling the thickness of things. Oh. Okay, so I have all the bars done on going that direction. And I'll flip it over and I'll do the other direction, but that's what we got so far. I think he's turning out pretty good. What y'all think? Those eyes are going to take a good bit to get done. Ooh, they make me nervous. Eyes are always hard. You think he's cute? Do the eyes like you did Scary Larry. Yeah, I have the eyes, but for the most part, I didn't. I did his eyes, but we didn't. And this is creepy. I'll do the tooling part, but we did mainly to make his eyes. We did the color more. I mean, there's some tooling, but a lot of it was color. Did the big stuff. So I mean, we can do that, but it was a lot of spoon work and color more. The spoon tool and semi. Leave them alone. Gotcha. Okay. May lightly tool to let the eyes kind of sink in a little bit, but yeah, make me nervous. So with that will probably be close to last, just because. That and then his hands, they're just so small. What about fork work? Fork work? Well, it is night, so that would be fork night, but I'm not playing any fork knife, night, whatever, either way. I tried to make fun of that and totally butchered it, so. Yep, y'all laugh at me, it's fun. But like I said, I do have knives out here. I do have a fork of sorts, a pricking iron fork, and I do have a spoon, so I can have a meal out here. Not that I want to, but I could. The bugs are liking my light. And when you said a little bit longer, how long are you thinking, Jimbo? You have something in mind? You can whisper me whatever you need to do. Bug. Yeah, I'm swatting them. Ah! Beetle bug. They're flying and they're sticking to me because I'm sweaty. It's like I'm the trap. They stick to me. Ew. I'm a sticky trap. I mean, I guess it's better than me being electrifying and zapping them every time they come by. That one come in my face. Sorry, didn't mean to blow in the mic, but he was right there in my face. Bleh. Yeah, bleh. At least I hadn't had my daily bug protein today. That's a good thing. I haven't swallowed one of them. That could make it even worse. And I hadn't had one fly my eyeball yet. Just finished beveling, it'd be a good spot. Gotcha. Okay, we got the grip done. Let's see, we looking, I think his arms here, arm pieces are above the rope, so we're going to do that. Over here, doesn't really matter because it's not touching the robe, this part, the sleeve. Get away, fly. You fly, don't bother me. Don't get you started. I'm totally seeing the two of you dance, is what I'm seeing. Too flat, don't bother me. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know if that's what you're doing, but that's what I'm picturing. Okay, let's see. We got that. Let's lightly tool his sleeves. Add those wrinkles in there. Oh, on the bug in your eye. Yeah, don't get you started on that. Got it. I'll leave it alone. Do think I'm probably going to have to close the garage soon because they're flittering around pretty good over here. There's a little bitty spot for the bar over here. I want to go ahead while I'm in this area and see it. I want to use a little bitty beveler. Just get that little spot because I know it's there, and if I don't do it now, I probably won't see it later because the lines are so close. Okay. So we got that. We'll do the hands in a little bit. I want to get the inside of his sleeve here so it looks like it's long, bunchy. Gets that sleeve done. Not a doodle bug. No, that's not a doodle bug. No, when the big gnat thing flew in her eyeball, we had to get it out. It was not a doodle bug. Got in the corner of her eye. I need to pull the eyelid down. Not to be too graphic, but tool's not one to walk. Let's see. We're getting pretty close to being done with just the beveling part. I think, like I said, I'm going to leave the face and the hands. I'll leave it until another time because it's going to take some definite modeling work, and I need to look at it and study it a little more, I think. We're almost done. Maybe another 5 minutes or so, maybe. If that. Use my little beveler to get his, like the bottom of his chin here. A little bitty line, but we want it to be prominent enough that we see the roundness of his head towards the bottom. It's not all sunk down into the jacket. Or not really a jacket, but his robe. This would be interesting. Put this tool right here at the end, make it kind of curl up under it just a little. Not really a big dent, but just kind of a little curl where it curls on top of itself. Okay, so we got the collar done. We have this one little arm and sleeve left over here. Do have the outside of his hand, the big part. We'll work on it just so we have that the big line done. Whoa, that's a big bug. Whoa, that's a big June bug. Not the dog either. Okay, I think we got all the big stuff done. What y'all think? I think it's good. Like I said, I got the eyes to do, the hands to do, and then maybe some texture, laying some stuff down behind him, pebbling a little, and then his blanket stuff in his crib. I think that's pretty darn good. Let's put that away. Let's move some stuff so we can compare, contrast, see, chat a bit before we call it quits. I'm going to stand up and shake it out a little bit. My legs are kind of feeling trying to go to sleep a little bit from sitting here. The crib is funny. Yes, the crib is pretty funny. He's crying. He wants chalky milk. He wants chocolate milk. He's crying. He's quiet. I'm going to mute it for a second and close the garage door so the bugs quit coming in. I'll give me just a second. Okay, maybe he wants chicken nuggets and a frog. He gets chicken nuggets for his white meat. He gets his frog for his dark meat, and his chalky milk to wash it all down. Sound like a good deal? I think it's a good deal. Ribbit, ribbit. So, I thought there was a bug on the table, but it's on the screen. That's pretty funny. Okay. So, I think we did a pretty good job. I think it turned out pretty good considering never done that before, for sure. Obviously, you can do some cleanup. We'll get it there. They're pretty hard lines, but I think it turned out good, especially very eventful for tonight, being May the 4th. Oh, yeah, I like it. We got that done, and then we got our Dad Got Game logo completed, and we got our nice slick edges on there. See, is that the slick? Yeah, that's a pretty slick edge. You can see shiny. It's got our raw leather on the back. Actually, that's kind of cool image, though. You can see how I tooled pretty deeply. You can see the circle and the D, the G, whichever way you want to see it. Means I got pretty good depth on it. We'll finish that up. I'll get in contact with him and get a address and get it shipped off to him so he can add it to any collection of stuff he might have to go in this dad cave. I'm so shiny. Okay. You're so shiny. That piece was shiny, yeah. So I like it. I know it's just the 3 of us currently. LOL, it's question mark? I'm confused. Anyways, anyone that is the Moana song. Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm so shiny. Okay. Anybody that is lurking, we'll be back Wednesday night, 7 p.m. We'll come out here and we'll find something to do. I think I have another logo that I want to do. I got to get it printed out and study it a little bit more between now and then because it's got a little bit of detail I need to look at, but I think that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, today's Monday, so that'll be Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central. I get out here in the garage and do that, and then we'll be back Friday. Hopefully we'll have all our parts and stuff for inside together, and we can play some kind of games on Friday. I don't know, maybe we'll do some Destiny. I hadn't done it in a while, and I don't know, get some PvP going in, something. We'll get something going on. We'll see. Are y'all, I know there's just 3 of us. Do y'all want to go do a birthday raid because it's birthday, or we just want to go send the host over? What do y'all want to do? I mean, I know it's not a huge number, so I obviously wouldn't want to go but that one place because there's not lots of us. Okay. Y'all want to do Urk raid or you want to do birthday raid? What y'all want to call it? Whisper, yes. Give me a bit after this and I will. Yes. Baby Yoda raid. That's what you want to call it, Baby Yoda raid. I was gonna say Urk or birthday, but if you want to go with Baby Yoda raid, they'll be like, "What are you talking about?" But we can do that. Okay, I guess copy that and get it. And obviously we've been birthday Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda birthday raid. Look at Cryptic. Look at him coming in clutch with that one. Yes. Keko did too. So let me type it out and get it there for us. What do we say? Baby Yoda. Oh, man, I can't type tonight. Birthday raid. Okay. We got that. Again, 7 p.m. Wednesday night Central Time. We'll be back and we'll do another logo. I got one in mind we're going to do. And we'll see you then. I'm going to give me a second because the outro takes a little bit of time, so don't hop over there just yet. Wait till I get done, and when I start spamming, then we'll do it. So again, thanks for everybody coming and hanging out, and we'll see you next time.